We are tonight's entertainment.
What the fuck is this, Chet?
This is a tasty burger.
Were you rushing or were you dragging?
You like Huey Lewis in the news?
Is this your homework, Larry?
Why just spill your beans?
Welcome back to the motherfucking Film Scoop. A day late.
Get in the fucking groove. Dude, speaking of which, scoop of life right off the top here. Right off the top turnbuckle.
Fuck you.
I'm coming in with a scoop of life.
Damn it. I was about to do a Macho Man impression. I was about to do a Bonesaw impression.
Do it right now.
And then you fucking cut me off.
Do it right now.
Now I feel like I can't do it.
Do it.
I've got you for 3 minutes.
Oh, you weren't going to finish it? 3 minutes of playtime.
Oh, yeah. I forgot
Get
that.
down from there.
Yeah, I forgot the rest.
Yeah, dude, you gotta finish it. You can't just start it and
I'm
not
a
finish.
coward.
Blue ball, everybody.
I'm a coward. Maybe I can go with a little nice outfit. Your boyfriend get it for you?
Your husband make it for you?
Fuck!
Fucking
Dude, I need to brush
Have you
up.
seen the fucking movie,
I guess
dude?
not, dude.
God damn.
I'm a fraud.
Anyway, inside scoop right off the bat. I was at work today, like any other day.
Yep.
And
Chipping away at the grindstone.
yeah, dude, fucking nose to the books, getting her done. And I saw I was looking at prints on my phone, and the Discord popped up on my notifications, and I saw where you said blame Carl, and I was like, oh shit, what the hell? And I clicked on it, and it wasn't until 10 o'clock today that I realized we didn't record yesterday, and yesterday was Monday, and we were supposed to record.
Just now realize that.
Yeah, realized that today.
Awesome. I love my dedicated co-host. I mean, this is all he thinks about.
The work ethic is unmatched.
All he's thinking about all day is how he can improve as a podcaster, as the co-host of the Film Scoop podcast.
Is that not fucking crazy, dude?
That's fucking... I wish you didn't tell me that. Because that upsets me.
Well, it feeds into how dumb I am. But we were busy yesterday anyway.
You were busy.
Well, I was busy, and then we had some stuff to take care of.
Well...
Because what would we have even talked about?
What was supposed to happen, right, was
Yeah.
we had movies to watch this weekend that we needed to watch so we could talk about them on Monday when we record.
Yeah.
But fucking dickhead over here wanted to be busy the whole weekend, so then we had to watch Hitman on the night we were supposed to record, so now it's the next day. Now we're a day late because we had to watch Hitman, and that's what the fuck's going on now. Thanks to you.
Me, dickhead?
Are you proud of
I was
yourself?
working at your mom's house.
That's not my problem. What does that have to do with me?
I'm just trying to give your mom a nice place to live.
It's got nothing to do with me. I don't know how that's my fault.
Oh, fuck, dude. Do you have anything going on? Have you had anything crazy happen?
Scoop of life. I've decided I'm going to start eating better. Not the most interesting thing to talk about, but...
Yeah. Especially crazy when you look the way you look.
I eat like shit.
Could have fooled me, dude.
Stop it.
If I looked like you, I'd eat whatever the fuck I wanted.
Stop it. I eat like shit. I normally have a pretty solid breakfast, pretty healthy breakfast, and then just goes to shit every day. Just I get free food at work, so I can have whatever I want, and that's just not good for me. And then I come home,
But you
and
gotta do that.
and I don't want to cook, so I get Wendy's, pretty much every day.
Yeah.
I like
4 for
I love
4 is
Wendy's.
hard to beat, dude.
The 4 for 4, the biggie deal, the biggie bag.
Yeah.
Or you can go to McDonald's, dude.
Run them through the app, dude.
I'm gonna put y'all on real quick to the McDonald's app. All right, if you go to McDonald's ever, you need to get the McDonald's app.
Yeah.
This is gonna sound like some fat shit, and it is. But I'm just telling you, people complain about McDonald's prices being too high now, and how McDonald's a Big Mac combo is the same as a Five Guys burger. Blah blah blah. If you're not using the McDonald's app, you're getting fucked in the ass.
Yep.
That's as plain and simple. That's just
There's no way
that's the
around
fact
it.
of the matter here.
Yeah.
You want to know what I got last time I went to McDonald's? I got 2 McChickens, medium fry, large sweet tea. I was hungry. All right, leave me alone. That's what I wanted.
You're gonna say that like that's not your usual order.
You didn't have to tell him that. Listen,
Let me expose you real
fucking anyways. 2 McChickens, medium fry, large sweet tea. You know how much that ran me? $5.
Out of this world, dude.
On the McDonald's app, $5. You know how? Because the McChickens are a BOGO deal. So if you buy one, you get one for $1. So it's $2.50 for the first one, $1 for the second one, $3.50 for 2 McChickens, free medium fry anytime you spend over $2. So anytime you go.
Yeah.
Anytime you go to McDonald's, free fry if you use the app. It doesn't go away. It's there every time you go.
Yeah.
And then I spent $1.50 on the drink. So free fry, $3.50 on the McChickens, $1.50 on the drink, $5. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts.
It's a done deal.
You're getting fucked. And I saw a tweet that was like, someone was talking about McDonald's is too expensive now. It's $12.99 for a number 7 meal or something. I'm like, first of all, I haven't gotten a combo at McDonald's since I was in middle school. Since I cut my finger open on Vienna sausages, I haven't ever gotten a combo at McDonald's because I'm not an idiot.
Yeah.
If you're getting combos at McDonald's, you're a buffoon.
When you cut
that's
your
what I'm
finger,
telling you.
dude, that was the loss of innocence moment right there.
Yeah.
That's when you bit from the
I turned into
knowledge,
Arthur
dude.
Morgan. But yeah, you can eat off the dollar menu, or well, there isn't a dollar menu anymore, but the value menu.
Yeah.
But yeah, get the app. You're losing daylight if you're not getting the app. And the Wendy's app is solid, not nearly as good as the McDonald's app.
Yeah. But if you don't have the McDonald's app and you're going to McDonald's, you just didn't show up to work.
Yeah, if you don't like McDonald's and you just don't go, that's fine. It's not for everybody. I mean, I like things that taste good, so I like McDonald's.
Yeah.
And I don't like cooking, so I go a lot. I go quite often.
Yeah.
At least once a week.
Yeah.
I mean,
Me
on
too.
a light week.
Yeah.
So, get the McDonald's app. I'm trying to help you out here. All right. But we're in that little tangent because this was very like against what I started this conversation by saying.
Yeah, we really went down
eating better.
We went down the primrose path on this one, dude.
Yeah,
Got
but
lost in the
anyways, I eat
weeds.
like shit, so I just decided like I'm good about going to the gym and exercising, but I'm not great about my diet. I'm mindful of what I eat, but I don't really eat super healthy.
Now, is this going to be a general health longevity change, or are you going for a cut? Are you bulking up?
I'm cutting, but I also just want to eat more like real foods.
Yeah.
Dinner's normally where I get like sloppy. That's where I get lazy.
It's the
and
end of
I'm-
the
and I'm
day,
tired,
you're ready
and
to go home.
I just go to fast food.
Yeah.
So last night I made pork chops.
Yeah, you almost burnt
rice.
the fucking house down, dude.
Don't worry about that.
So you smoked me out of the goddamn living room.
Dude, I couldn't cook those fucking pork chops, dude. Like, I googled what's the temperature for pork chops, because I'm not a fucking grill master. I'm not fucking Anthony Bourdain. Okay, I don't know how to know a pork chop's done unless I just stick it with a thermometer and it tells me it's this degrees.
Yeah.
And I Google, what degrees does a pork chop need to be? 135. I have these fuckers on the skillet for like 10 minutes, 5 minutes on each side, and it's at like 111. And I'm like, dude, I'm burning the fuck out of this. Like, this is gonna be dry as shit by the time it's done. But I don't want fucking salmonella, so I just keep it on there. It's dry as a bone now. I mean, it's absolutely fucked.
I thought a fucking SWAT team broke in and was shooting tear gas.
Yeah, I had to turn on the fan on the stove because I have smoke everywhere in the house and I'm coughing like shit. So, anyways, other than that, it went fine.
Yeah.
And I have some more meats in the fridge I'm gonna cook. That's the thing. Like, I don't like buying a bunch of meats at the store because then I have to eat them really quick or they'll go bad.
Yeah.
So that's bad news for me because normally around dinner time I'm like, I could go for some Chick-fil-A right now.
Yeah. Some bosh.
But it also like pressures me to have to eat it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a good thing also. But yeah, I'm trying to do that. I'm tracking my calories for breakfast and lunch, which I know sounds stupid to not do it for dinner too. But I'm just making sure, like, because it's hard to track when you cook things for yourself, like pork chops, steaks, ground beef or whatever. It's hard to track like the exact macros of stuff like that. But other stuff is easy to track. So I track breakfast and lunch, and I just know, like, I'm trying to eat about 2,600 calories a day, and my breakfast is like 800, and my lunch is like 500. So I'm at 1,300. So as long as my dinner isn't over 1,300, then I'm good, and that's a lot. That's like my McDonald's meal I just said is probably 1,300 calories.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's enough fucking yapping about stupid shit.
Yeah. No one cares that you're
that's the only...
Ooh, I'm Cash. I'm all muscular.
Awesome. Awesome. My good pal. Fucking...
I'm Cash. I have lats. Ooh.
I do not have lats.
Fucking could have fooled me, dumbass.
I don't know what your deal is.
Dude, you're
fucking
hot.
lying to me all the time.
You're hot, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Stop it.
Dude, I was in McKay, and like I split off from Cash to go look at nerd shit, and I turned around and I was like, oh, I gotta go find Cash, and like almost walked past him. I was like, there's just some jacked guy here, and I just kept walking. I was like, oh fuck, it's Cash.
We're pals, Carl, and there's no need to lie to me.
Dude, I'm
good friends.
You
tell the truth.
Believe what you want. I'm just telling you what the facts are. If you want to be that one guy in 12 Angry Men that says he did it, I'm sorry, but there's reasonable doubt. We all see it. We all see it, brother. I saw two knives. I saw two knives, and you're still in denial. That's fine.
We'll just change the topic. That's what we'll do. Yeah, so moving on. We've got two things of news. One of them was from about a week ago, like they announced it right after we recorded. New Hostel series is in the works.
Ooh.
Which, I've never seen the Hostel movies, but I like horror.
Are they still affiliated with Eli?
Eli Roth is set to write it. And Paul Giamatti is set to star in it.
What?
Yeah. That's what's exciting.
God.
That's like, if it said Hostel series in the works, Eli Roth set to write, I'd be like, who fucking cares? But I read Hostel series in the works, Eli Roth set to write, Paul Giamatti set to star. We're in. God. I mean, I'm in.
Dude,
sign me up.
Is he gonna be the fucking like a crazy guy?
I think he's gonna be like the guy from the Human Centipede.
Oh my god, dude, that's
weird connection to make, but just like the little short, like fucked up, like
why?
I don't know.
Why are you saying that?
I don't know. Like
you want to dial it back on Paul, dude?
He strikes me as he's gonna play someone like Professor Pig.
Yeah.
Which I wish he was just playing Professor Pig.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fucking...
Also, this isn't like news because it was fake, but there was a rumor that the Batman Part 2 was going to shoot back-to-back next year and shoot back-to-back with Part 2 and Part 3. But James Gunn, within hours, shut it down. So,
yeah. Good thing that you told me he shut it down because I would have been coming everywhere.
Yeah, it's just not very believable because, like, movies nowadays, companies are so... Like, you have to earn the right to make a sequel.
Let's see how this goes.
So, 1 did good. Part 1 did good. So, now they want to make 2. But 2 has to do good for them to make 3. Yeah. So, they wouldn't make both of them back to back. That's just not something that really happens anymore.
Yeah.
Like, maybe, Lord of the Rings is the last movie's franchise that did that?
They supposedly did that with Spider-Verse or something.
No, those were separate. Yeah, I can't really remember the last time other than Lord of the Rings that happened because it's so impractical. It costs so much money.
I think the only time it's been like pretty confident that you're going to get a sequel before anything was Dune.
Oh, Infinity War was the last one.
Oh, yeah.
Infinity War and Endgame shot back to back. Yeah. But yeah, fucking Hostel series. I wasn't in, but I read Paul Giamatti, so now I'm in.
So you don't know anything about Hostel?
No. I mean, I know, like, a hostel is kind of like a hotel, like a shitty motel type place. And fucked up shit happens. And apparently they're pretty gross. That's what I know.
Yeah. I actually watched it before I knew what Hostel was, like what a hostel was. I just watched it. I was like, what the hell's going on here? Why'd you call it that?
And then the more important news. We got writers for Booster Gold. I think you're going to be a fan of this.
Oh shit.
Danny McBride
Oh my.
and the writers for The Righteous Gemstones are writing Booster Gold.
That's gonna be so fucking good, dude. Have you seen any of the Righteous Gemstones?
I haven't. I've seen clips, I think, on Twitter, but everything I've seen with Danny McBride, I just see out of context clips from Eastbound and Down or The Righteous Gemstones or anything he's in. The Foot Fist Way, like everything he's in is hilarious.
Dude,
Tropic Thunder, like
big ass titty. Dude, Eastbound and Down is genuinely hilarious. I binged it all in like one weekend. I could binge it all right now if I wanted to.
Everything I've seen from it's really funny.
Yeah.
And I just like, I don't know. That just excites me having him on as a writer. I don't know if he'll direct it. I know he directed The Righteous Gemstones, so maybe he's interested in directing Booster Gold too, but
could be.
I'm kind of surprised Danny McBride's like into comic book stuff.
Oh yeah. He likes
Really?
He's like a lot more. It's funny because he's a lot more cultured than like you think he is because of like
The characters he plays,
but like he plays like
idiots.
Yeah, he plays like more on white trash guys with mullets. But like I saw
goddamn Stephen back at camp.
yeah, I saw him. He did a podcast on Shane Gillis's podcast with Matt McCusker, and like when you hear him talk, he's like really smart, and I think he's a good writer, even though like I know he was involved with like the writing for the new Halloween movies that you're not a huge fan of.
Well, I'm not, but when you're part of a writing room, it's hard to know who to blame.
Yeah.
Because it could have been like David Gordon Green was in the writing rooms and like what he says kind of goes.
Yeah.
And Danny McBride's there kind of just throwing out ideas here and there or like changing dialogue.
And yeah.
Because if someone handed me a script and said this, like, don't change anything about the story or anything, just like make the dialogue sound a little better.
Yeah.
And that was my only job, I'd still be considered a writer. But the movie being shit isn't my fault. I just tried to help the dialogue feel more natural or whatever.
And I'm pretty sure he's like wanting to take it easy. Like I think he's technically retired, but just like does stuff that he thinks is fun. So I don't know. I'm still excited. I
also
love everything that Danny touches.
I thought he was a writer for Alien Covenant. But
I
think he's just in it.
No, I think he wrote a little bit.
He's not on Letterboxd as a writer.
What about Prometheus? I remember him being attached to Prometheus at some point, or like the new Alien movies.
I'll pull up his IMDb because on Letterboxd it wasn't coming up as a writer. But
maybe he is just in it.
Hang on.
I'll be honest with you. After Prometheus, like that was probably the only thing that could have gotten me to watch Alien Covenant. Was the fact that Danny McBride was on it.
Mm-hmm. Writer, 13 credits. Ooh.
What?
Okay, so he wrote The Foot Fist Way, Your Highness, Eastbound and Down. He's not the sole writer for everything, but he was a writer for Halloween, Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends, and The Exorcist Believer.
Ooh.
So I think he's just pals with David Gordon Green.
Yeah, probably.
We'll just
don't worry.
It's Danny we're talking about.
This
right?
is come on, man. This is Danny.
His track record actually is like quite shit when you look at it, but like I said, that's writing rooms, so it's hard to say like what ideas are his and what aren't.
Yeah.
But I just know he's a funny guy and he knows what's funny.
Honestly, the next like 10 years could go by and his track record could still be that bad, and I would still like Danny.
We're talking about Danny here.
Yeah, dude. I'd still but yeah, you got it, dude.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Okay. Trivia.
The trivia.
Trivia time.
You going first?
You got your phone, so
okay.
Why not go first?
All right. Where is this? Where is this quote from? What movie? That's Chinatown.
Chinatown?
You got it. No, I thought that would be funny. All right. When was American History X released?
When? What year?
What year?
I think it was 99. It could be 98, though.
It's 98. You're always within that 2-year mark, dude.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate you for it. It's so weird. And I don't know why it makes me mad that you can do that, but it does.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
In Toy Story 3, what toy kept watch over the cameras at the daycare center?
The monkey.
Hell yeah.
Do you think this is amateur hour?
I mean, I knew you rewatched them like not too long ago, so I was like,
I'm a fucking moron?
let me just.
You think I don't know cinema?
I think you didn't know Macho Man's lines from Spider-Man.
All right. I just don't. We don't have to bring that up. All right. I'm going to learn from my mistakes. I learned from my Beetlejuice impression, and now I'm on a self-improvement journey, Carl.
Have you been working on that?
I mean, I already did a revised version.
Yeah, but have you continued to...
No.
Okay.
The revised version was me improving it.
All right. Last question. Where is this quote from? This is an actual one. You'll probably get it. It's kind of easy, but I did something to make it a little more vague. I want no one else to succeed. I hate most people.
I mean, it sounds like American Psycho.
It's not.
Nightcrawler?
Nope. That's like a part of the quote. I took out the beginning to kind of hide it a little bit. Do you want the whole thing?
Sure.
I have a competition in me. I want no one else to succeed.
Is it? Oh, it's There Will Be Blood.
Yeah. Got it.
There's a competition in me didn't help at all, but I just started.
You started running through the memory bank?
Yeah. I remember him saying, like, I hate most people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a crazy fucking thing to say, too. I hate most people.
My father was an oil man.
This is my son and business partner, H.W. Plain.
All right. My trivia. You're done, right?
Mm-hmm.
What company does Patrick Bateman work for?
Fuck, dude. I don't know. I have no idea.
Think about the business card.
I don't remember what the business card said. I just remember it's bone. That's what I remember.
What's the font?
Something Braille. Cillian Braille.
Yeah. Cillian Braille.
What's the company?
Company is Pierce & Pierce.
Pierce & Pierce.
Yeah.
That's so perfect. So perfect.
You got to lock that in the dome. You can't get caught lacking
to.
on your.
How the fuck do I know that Bone and Cillian Braille, but I don't remember Pierce?
Well, he
Pierce?
never
That's crazy.
talks too much about Pierce & Pierce. Like he says it once. He says like, "I work at Pierce & Pierce."
Dude, I remember
on
that
Wall
their
Street.
tab at the very beginning was 500. Why don't I remember their fucking company?
Pat Bateman.
Speaking of reasonable, only 500, and they throw all their fucking all their cards onto the plate.
Yeah.
They're all their Amexes.
We're not talking about Sri Lanka. Okay. This one, I will say, I think you might think this is a tough question, but I knew it without looking it up.
You're saying you're playing easy cards because I'm dumb.
No, I'm just saying, like, I knew these without having to look them up, so I feel like they're not a crazy question.
Okay.
It's one question, but it's like two questions in the same question.
Okay.
What are the names of the schools in Dead Poet Society and the Holdovers?
I can tell you right now, it's not. I don't know the Dead Poets. Is it the same school?
No.
Okay, I don't know the Dead Poets one.
They're not connected at all, but I just
both
wanted,
like in
I just
math and
wanted
stuff.
to ask both questions. So
I feel like I know the fucking Holdovers one.
there's a
I keep
Paul
wanting to
Giamatti
say-
has a quote like that he recites through the
I
whole
know.
movie about.
I know it. Hanover? No. That's a something, man. Fuck. God damn it! It's right there on the tip. I keep wanting to say Schaefer, but it's fucking Whiplash.
That's Whiplash.
I know he tells them about like being honest, and that's what they fucking do. God damn it!
Blank men don't lie.
I know.
You're gonna be mad if I tell you.
I know. Fucking tell me, dude. I don't want to waste the people's time.
The holdovers is Barton.
God damn it, dude. God damn it. All right, what's Dead Poet? I knew I didn't know that one.
Welton.
Welton?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to rewatch.
I don't
Dead
think you've
Poets
seen
bad.
like Dead Poets.
I've only seen it once.
Did we watch it together?
Mm-hmm.
I've watched it again since that
I
time.
know you have. Yeah, I definitely need to rewatch Dead Poets. For sure.
And I've got 2 guess the casts.
Okay.
First, guess the movie by its cast. Jake Gyllenhaal,
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rogen.
Okay.
You know it off that?
Jake Gyllenhaal and Seth Rogen.
I got one more if you need it.
Throw it out.
Drew Barrymore. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh yeah, I know it. That's Donnie.
Yeah, Donnie Darko.
Yep.
I like your boobs.
Yeah. That's my buddy Donnie right there.
Yep, Donnie Darko.
Fucking love that movie.
Next one. This could be tricky.
Okay, so you're throwing something.
It's
in.
I'll just say they aren't the main characters in this movie.
Okay.
But they're in it. Matthew McConaughey,
Okay.
Danny McBride,
All right.
Tobey Maguire.
Oh. Hang on. For a second, I thought you were fucking with me. I thought you were going with Damn, what's the name of that fucking movie? Babylon. I thought you were going for Babylon for a second because of Tobey Maguire. Danny McBride, Tobey Maguire, and who else?
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
All right. That's my Matthew McConaughey.
I appreciate you.
Time is a
What the
flat
fuck
circle.
is McConaughey and Tobey Maguire in?
How many times you jerk off a day? Those are rookie numbers, man. You gotta pump up those numbers, man.
Oh. That's Pulp Fiction. Not Pulp Fiction. Fuck. Tropic Thunder.
What,
Tropic
dude?
Thunder. Tropic Thunder. I'm sorry.
It's like, what?
Tropic Thunder.
None of the 3 are in Pulp Fiction.
Not a single one in Pulp Fiction. Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder. Sorry. It was in my brain.
I was like, is there a B-side to Pulp Fiction that I've never seen?
My mouth didn't say what my brain was thinking of, dude.
You said it with such conviction. Oh, yeah, obviously. Pulp Fiction.
Because I remember
Dude, Pulp Fiction starring Tobey Maguire and Matthew McConaughey.
Tobey Maguire was actually John Travolta in that movie. No, yeah, it's Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
You got me for a second.
Yep.
And I quoted fucking Tropic Thunder before that question even.
You did.
That's nuts.
I think me saying they weren't the leads helped a lot.
That it did. That helped. I wouldn't have gotten it without
yeah.
that.
But I feel like it's not fair if I don't say that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my trivia. So we can go ahead and get into the watch list. I feel like I have a pretty interesting watch list this week. There were some things we were supposed to watch that just didn't happen. You guess why? Guess who's to blame for that?
You know something fucked up too? Last podcast, I said I was going to watch Fantastic Planet as like a fuck you, and I didn't do that.
Obviously you didn't. You'd fall asleep again.
If I could describe my weekend in 2 words, it would be not fun. That's
I could describe your weekend in 3 words. The open house.
yeah.
If your weekend was a movie, it would be The Open House.
Yeah.
Bad.
It's really
Very bad. Very
really
shitty.
bad.
Yeah.
Probably the worst thing that could have happened.
Probably.
I even took like measurements to not have that happen.
Dude, so have you like cleared out your next weekend?
No, I still have to go. I still have to go back.
You're for the scoopers out there. Carl is very good at doing shit. He's good at building shit and replacing shit. Anything house stuff. Oh, I need to fucking replace my air conditioner. Oh, I need the shelves put up. Oh, so everyone in fucking town just asks Carl on the weekends to come do shit for him.
Well, it's not everyone in town.
It's everyone in town.
It's just your mom.
No,
I went over to the neighbor's house for like 3 hours.
you go over there a lot. And now there's a second neighbor that's doing it. They're chipping in. And now you're in a group chat with all of them. And they're sending memes.
Dude.
They're sending like 12-year-old memes.
If you ever just like taken a second to be like, man,
how'd this happen?
I wonder what being in hell is like. It's this. And then I got one meme from the group chat of neighbors, all like 50 plus women. I got one like meme, and then they wanted to send another one, so they started another group chat and then sent it in that one.
Yeah. Because that first one's contaminated now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just started a brand new one.
Yeah.
I think they were saying like, hey, I have rosemary in this big pot outside. You know what I do when I need rosemary? I go to the store and fucking buy it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not a goddamn pioneer. I'm not tilling the land. I fucking work for a living so that I can make money to buy shit. That's what I do. I want your fucking homegrown rosemary. I've got mine. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah, so you've just been getting fucked.
Yeah, I've been
Which when
been
Carl
over
gets
barrel.
fucked, I get fucked. Because I watch things with Carl. And if there's things that we need to watch together and Carl's busy, I can't watch it.
Yeah.
I can, but I'm not a dick. So I'm not going to.
I don't know. Maybe I'll just tell your mom to just leave me alone and we have to have
I'm telling you, that's what you got to do. You got to lay down the law. You got to be assertive.
Yeah. Because technically, like, that tile I broke is fixed. My hands...
Shittily fixed?
Huh?
Is it shittily fixed?
It wasn't good to begin with.
No, but I know you can, like, do it the right way where it'll look really nice, or you could do what...
Oh,
like,
no, it's grouted. It's grouted, like, done completely. It's in the same spot. Like, they didn't level the walls out or anything when they did it, so it's all, like, uneven, but it's how it was before I broke it.
I just realized how boring this probably is for people to hear, so I don't think we need to talk about this.
Okay. We'll move on.
Yeah. Anyways, there were some things we needed to watch. I wanted to see The Watchers, and we were supposed to watch Tampopo because that's our raffle for this week, but didn't happen.
Yeah. Stop asking Logan if she wants to watch stuff. That's the deal that I've come to.
I don't. You do that.
I thought you said something about The Watchers. Because then you changed it to Bad Boys.
Oh, yeah. No, I did.
Don't affiliate her with anything anymore. She's out of the loop.
Okay.
And she's delaying our takeoff.
Yeah, all right. I'll stop asking.
Yeah.
So quit asking. Oh, you haven't seen that video?
No.
Anyways, it's a football coach interview.
No, okay.
Yeah. My watch list. Kicking it off with Old.
Why'd
I watch this?
Dude,
I can. You want to know the answer? I hate myself. That's why I did it. I got up. I looked in the mirror, and I was like, "You're a fucking piece of shit." And you're gonna sit down and you're gonna watch that movie today.
Dude, I came home and saw you watching that. I went, oof. What the hell, dude?
I looked in the mirror and I said, "If you don't watch Old tonight, I'm gonna blow your goddamn brains out."
Dude, you got hit with a fucking stupid ray over the weekend, dude. What the hell happened?
What actually happened was Old is going around. It's sweeping the town recently. Because it came out, and most people with brains were like, wow, this is stinky. This smells. This is bad.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of this. But recently, it's been going around, and people are rewatching it and saying that it's good. I don't know what happened.
Dude, it's the fucking Amazing Spider-Man effect. Where, like, people thought the Amazing Spider-Man movies were good because they saw them in No Way Home.
But that was the reason. Like, No Way Home came out, and people were like, oh, Andrew Garfield's a good Spider-Man. I wonder if, like, maybe I should go back and watch his movies. And so now they have No Way Home's Garfield Spider-Man in their head when they watch that. Like, that's the reason why people went back and watched them and said they're better. Nothing happened with Old. Like, why? Like, it's the same movie that it was before. So there wasn't some Old 2 that came out and then they were like, oh, the original is so much better than we thought.
Yeah.
No, it's just like, I don't know why people are going back and watching it. Maybe it's because Trap is coming out and people are just talking about Shyamalan in general. But, I mean, there's like, people love, like, there's a select group of people that really love Old. And so I was like, okay, maybe I was in a bad mood when I watched it and I need to, you know,
Maybe a bug flew in my ear.
yeah. Maybe, you know, it just needs a rewatch. I'll see what, maybe I was wrong. Not really. It's a made up tale. All right. That's fiction.
Not really.
So I will say it's not as bad as I remember. So that's some praise right there. I mean, hallelujah.
Dude, I remember fucking getting heated over Old, dude. Do you remember how pissed off I was? I think me and you got into like an argument because I was talking about how that guy that was there to begin with, like,
Oh, mid-size sedan. Dude, there's a part where he gets cut and then the subtitles say mid-size sedan squeals in pain.
so that's why the movie's good. Dude, they get there and there's a fucking guy there, been there all night,
Yep.
and had no idea what the precautions were. Like, hey, you guys are fucked now.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What did you think was like? What's going on right now, dude?
Yeah, and they say you age, like they aged 80 years in a day, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's like the timetable. So this guy was here all night. So that's like at least 8 to 10 hours. Like, he would have aged enough to tell the difference. And maybe he just got there early in the morning and wasn't there all night. I don't know.
I mean, 80 years and 24 hours, whatever that fucking math is. Even after 2
Fuck all
hours,
that, dude, I'm not doing that math.
even after 2 hours, I feel like you'd be like, man, my knees are hurting right
Yeah.
now. The dogs are barking right now, dude. I need to sit down. That's a lot of time.
Why am I a Republican now?
I got this hankering to watch Fox News all of a sudden.
Why do I feel like I need to take care of my lawn now?
Yeah, dude. I don't know what's going on, but I feel like I need to get some cash out some Social Security. Dude.
Yeah, yeah, we did. I remember getting in, I don't remember specifically what we argued about, but we argued it like about Old on the way home when we watched it.
Yeah.
But it's not very good. I had it at a 1.5 and I moved it up to a 2.5. So a little bit better. I think the issues with it for me are still the writing and the performances. They maybe people stand by, like Shyamalan fans stand by that being his style. Like, he has this Shyamalan style where people act like they have never acted before in their life, and the dialogue has no subtlety to it, no nuance, no naturalism at all. Like, when you first, do you remember the Asian guy in Old that's like a doctor?
No, to be honest with you, the one that stands out to me is M. Night himself being dog shit. Because he was the taxi driver, right?
Yeah, he was the driver, but like, I've never complained about Shyamalan as an actor because his roles are always really small. And
Yeah.
I don't think he's bad either.
There was
Like,
something else that stood out. Is like they said it, and I like in the middle of the movie, I looked over at you and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Well, one thing that's really weird is the introductions when characters introduce themselves to each other.
Yeah.
There's a scene when they're at the hotel before they go to the beach. The family's at the hotel at breakfast, and somebody like passes out, and then so people start crowding around the person that passed out, and he's like, "Hey, I'm a doctor. My name's Jaren."
What the fuck?
Why'd you just tell me your name? Like, there's someone choking here.
Go do
Like,
your job.
Yeah, and
Don't-
then
like it's fine.
yeah, And then he was
Doesn't
like,
matter if your name's Bob.
and then the other guy was a surgeon. So he was like, "You're a surgeon?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm a doctor. My name's Jaren, by the way." Dude, like, what the? Like, I was like, am I going crazy? Like, why does this guy keep saying what his name is? And there's stuff like that just all the time. Like, Shyamalan wrote it like no one has ever, like he's never had a human conversation before with anyone. Yeah. Like when you watch a Linklater movie, you're like, oh, this guy understands how humans interact with each other.
He's talked to quite a few people.
He's had a conversation or two. Yeah. Shyamalan feels like an alien from another planet that's like imitating human life. Yeah. When I like, he has his strong suits as a director. He has things he's very good at, but dialogue specifically, not as much like, because like writing encapsulates a lot. Writing is like dialogue, but it can also be about structure. It can also be about like the narrative, but like specifically his dialogue, I just think is bad. Yeah. I just don't think it ever has any nuance, or like it's always so direct and blunt, and he's saying like there's not a lot of subtext. Yeah. Characters should be defined by what they do, not what they say. Yeah. But it's like in Shyamalan movies, it feels like everyone just says exactly what they're thinking, and there's nothing to like chew on at all.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I remember thinking that the performances sucked, except for like obviously Thomason's in it, and Thomason's a phenomenal actress. Alex is in it.
Dude, I forgot Alex Wolff was in it.
Yeah, Alex is in it, and he's great. Yeah. Like I think he has like a breakdown.
The mom is good.
I remember the mom being really good.
I didn't realize, because I hadn't seen it when I watched Old, but she's the lady from Phantom Thread.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, mainly, I thought the dad is really bad in the movie.
I do remember that.
And everyone's just overacting all the time. Like, I don't know. I mean, some people hate the ending. I think the ending's fine. I don't know if you remember the ending.
The specific, like, you mean the climax or like the twist?
I mean, I guess both. I mean, I don't know what the climax would be.
Because I don't remember like I remember what the twist was.
It's like, what's the climax of the thing? Like, it's kind of hard to pinpoint. It's kind of like a slow, steady movie all the way through.
I guess I remember them being in the cave, kind of being like the peak of things. If you know what I'm talking about, like I'm trying not to.
Yeah,
spoil
I know what you mean, but
and then the twist being the twist, like the reveal.
Like, I guess the twist would be the ending to me. Like,
okay. The reef stuff.
Yeah, reef stuff. Okay, and the twist. Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Also, okay. I'll just spoiler warning for Old. I'll talk about it for like a couple minutes. You can skip over it.
All right.
He finds, this kid. He meets this kid at the hotel that they become friends, and the kid is the guy who run the hotel's like son.
Yeah.
And he writes Alex Wolff's character a note that says, "My uncle hates the coral reef," or whatever. So, like, giving him a hint, like, go there.
Yeah.
So you don't die because you're my friend. And this fucking idiot doesn't read that until everyone's dead.
Yep.
And I understand that, like, why would you think that this random kid's note would help you out of this scenario?
Yeah.
Like, I understand that that's probably not your first instinct, but I would be looking around at everything I could for clues.
Yeah, like
what the fuck's going on here? And it's like they saved that just for the end of the movie, when it was just him and Thomason's character left. Like, it's just fucking stupid. But yeah, the twist is that it's like, it's this beach that for some reason, like, they'd never explain why this beach is the way it is. It's just like some random anomaly. Yeah. But it's been found by scientists, and they have like a contained thing where they do tests for medicine. Yeah. And so it's like kind of fucked up what they're doing, because they're killing people. Yeah. But it's also, they're doing it for the right reasons. Like, because they say we've helped That's another dialogue M. Night Shyamalan thing where this guy just randomly to his coworkers just starts saying like, yeah, we've saved 300,000 lives over the past year from all these tests we're doing.
Yeah.
It's like, no, why would you? These people know that. They work with you. Like, you're just saying that because you don't know how to describe that to the audience in a correct manner.
Yeah.
But anyways, they're doing something fucked up, but in the long run, like, it helps humanity a lot.
Yeah.
They're being able to test all these medicines long term. Because, like, we don't know, if we start taking a medicine today, we don't know what the effect will be in 80 years until 80 years has passed.
Yeah.
So they can run the whole lifespan of, like, what this medicine does for people. If you have a heart condition, what does this medicine do for your heart condition over the next 80 years? And, like, that's very valuable. Like, insanely valuable, like, testing.
Yeah.
So,
how do you feel about all that, by the way? Because I feel like
it doesn't, like, it. I don't think it's some genius ending, but it
feel
also
like
doesn't
there's
bother me.
undertones of, like, maybe some political stuff with, like, animal testing.
Maybe.
Do you get that at all?
I didn't really get that, no, but
because I think I remember that being one of my thoughts when we initially watched it, because like, obviously people are against animal testing, but we've also discovered a lot of, you know, important data and information off of animal testing.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see someone reading into it that way, because that makes sense. Because animal testing helps out humanity a lot in the long run, and it does a lot more good for us than the damage that it does to the animals.
Yeah.
But I didn't really get that as much. I kind of got more so like him trying to. There's some stuff. By the way, we'll stop with spoilers. That was the spoiler section. We'll just go back to like normal thoughts. If
Or you're
if
gonna
you were
say
skipping ahead.
it felt kind of forced. Like at the last second, putting shit in.
No, like I'm saying, like I don't think the ending's great, but I also don't think it's horrible either. I think it's fine. Like I think it makes sense and it doesn't really bother me. I wish he could have explained it in a less like spoon feeding way.
Yeah.
But yeah, early in the movie, there's lines about like the kid wanting to get there. They're going on vacation, and he's like, "How long? Like, how much longer until we get there?" And the mom's like, "Don't rush through your life. Like, try to enjoy it." And stuff, obvious stuff like that. Like, you know, appreciate your life, and don't always look towards tomorrow and the next day, and like try to be in the moment and be with your family. All that stuff. Like, that's obviously a big theme of it, but I don't know it. They do some interesting stuff with like the rapid time, you know, passing.
Yeah.
With like people getting cut and then the wound instantly healing, and people having babies like instantly, and then the baby dies because it didn't get attention, which sounds stupid, but that's kind of a real thing.
Yeah, I mean,
it never happens because time moves slow for us.
Exactly,
but if time was sped up, that can happen. That would happen.
You know, is a week. That's it.
Yeah.
You know,
and when I guess this is kind of a spoiler, but someone gets cut with a rusty knife and gets tetanus, and they just turn in like their whole body starts getting infected instantly.
Yeah, dude.
And like that's really cool. That's a cool idea, and like the mom has a tumor when she goes onto the beach, so the tumor's like when she gets onto the beach, it's like a fingernail size tumor, but it's like volleyball size in her stomach, and they got to cut it out. Yeah. So there's some cool stuff like with that, but I just don't like the performances. I don't like the writing. I think it's cringy, and it's just not the most fun movie to get through either, other than the fact that there's a character named Midsize Sedan.
Yeah. Well, I remember hating Old, and I'm surprised we even talked about it this much, to be honest with you.
Yeah. But it is, like I said, there's been some like renaissance recently
some
with
word around town involving Old.
Yeah, it's very like probably one of the more divisive movies there are. People either think it's like amazing or they think it's dog shit.
That's nuts. I haven't run into anybody that was on the amazing side.
Yeah. I don't run into many. But there's more now. Anyways, that later that night, me and Carl did something fucking sick. And we watched 8mm.
Dude,
Dude,
I'm
I tell
so
you,
excited
you
to
wanna
talk
know,
about
this
this
is the
fucking
story
movie.
behind 8mm, why we watched it.
Yeah.
Because we were supposed to watch Tampopo. But Tampopo is a really sweet, like, almost not coming of age, but like just like a heartfelt movie. Mm-hmm. And at least that's what it seems like. I haven't seen it, but I had been shitting all day that day. So my ass hurt.
Yeah.
When I sit down, like that day, I had been wiping so much. Probably too much information here, but I'm telling you why this happened.
Yeah.
And my ass hurt, so I was in a bad mood.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't watch something happy right now because it's gonna take away from my experience watching the movie. I'm not gonna like it as much as I should because my
your
ass hurts
is
right
on
now. So I was
fire.
like, I need to watch something like fucked up to match how bad my ass hurts right
I gotta
now.
match the energy.
Yeah. So I tried to
I didn't know
put on
that
something
shit
like dark and gross and like that would make me mad, or not make me mad, but like something where I
Something
don't need
that-
to be in a good mood.
Something that felt like how your ass
Yeah.
felt.
Yeah. So I pulled up 8mm and I was like, dude, we should watch this, and we just put it on and
Yeah.
it fucking blew me away.
Dude, 8mm is like never seen it before. I didn't like. I knew the concept of it because I think we had talked about like our interest in watching it.
Mm-hmm.
But like instantly started rolling like opening credits, Nick Cage, Joaquin Phoenix, James Gandolfini. I was like, dude, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah.
What? Why is this a star-studded cast?
Yeah.
What the hell? And the movie is fucking crazy, dude.
Yep.
It is crazy. One of the most interesting, like, starts, like when the case opens up, I guess. Mm-hmm. I'm like, dude, we gotta get to the fucking bottom of this.
Yeah. Yeah. It blew me away. I fucking love this. Is like my new recommendation to people.
Yeah.
If they like dark shit, because this movie, it does not hold back. It does not pull its punches. It's dark. It's gross. It has disturbing subject matter. So you have to be ready for that. But if you're in that kind of mood where you want something fucked up, like, it doesn't almost get much better than this, in my opinion. Like, it is so seedy and gross.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage is amazing.
Yeah. My favorite Nick Cage movie of all time as of
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. I'd say so too. Unless, like, obviously Spider-Verse doesn't count.
Yeah.
That's not a Nick Cage movie.
Yeah.
My favorite performance by him and my favorite movie. Like, I need this on Blu-ray immediately. Yeah. So we won't get into spoilers or anything because not a lot of people have seen 8mm, but the concept of 8mm is Nicolas Cage is a private investigator, and a woman, this rich woman, hires him because her husband has passed away. So they were going through his safe, and in the safe they found a snuff film.
Yeah.
Of a. I'll just leave it there. They found a snuff film.
Yeah.
And she, like, the woman just wants to know whether it was real or not. Like, was this a real snuff film, and did people actually get hurt, or is this some kink he had that I didn't know about and it's fake?
Some like kind of like amateur like filmmaker kind of stuff.
Yeah. So that's and then she pays him to like find out who made the tape. Is it real? Is it fake? That's the concept.
Yeah.
And if that sounds interesting to you, fucking watch it.
Yeah, dude.
Also, I was telling Carl, I don't know what it is about 90s movies, but they have this certain like look, this certain just like film grain and color grading, and it's just so I guess maybe it just reminds me of like the movies I watched when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Just has that same like feeling. But I just loved watching 8mm so much. I love the visuals. It's a lot of time it's raining. It's got some I remember it having some like pretty awesome music.
Dude, yeah, the music was insane. I have a favorite shot from the movie, and that's him walking out of that abandoned house after he calls up the lady and tells her like what the deal is, dude. He's wearing the tank top.
Yeah.
Fucking covered in fucking shit, dude. I was like, God
Yeah.
damn you fucking Nick Cage, dude. Go!
Yeah, the characters are amazing. They're super memorable. there's a character named Machine that wears
Yeah.
a gimp mask and does unspeakable things to people
Yep.
in said videos. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. That fucking that guy. What's that guy's name? From.
Peter Stormare.
Yeah. He's fucking great in it, dude. Like when I saw him, I was like, "Of course it's him.
Yeah, of course he's. Yeah.
Of course he's the guy."
Yeah, he'd be the first guy I call.
Yeah.
Making a fucked up movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter Stormare. Yeah, him, James Gandolfini. This actually came out the same year that The Sopranos like aired for the first time.
That's
which
crazy.
I just think is funny. Like I wonder what like came first. Like did one of those help him get the other job? I think The Sopranos
Probably
pilot was
Sopranos.
filmed like I think the season aired in 99, but I think the pilot was filmed in like 97.
I can't imagine you watch 8mm and go, "We think you could be a dad on a show." I don't think that would. You feel like feeding some ducks in your robe. You don't watch 8mm and think that about James Gandolfini, dude. You think this guy is a fucking
saw it again.
this guy's a fucking slime ball, dude.
Yeah. Dude, fucking yeah. Directed by Joel Schumacher, the GOAT.
Dude, and I
He
didn't
gets
know that.
so much like his name is so attached to the shitty Batman movies that people just like probably think he's bad, but he's such a good filmmaker.
Yeah, dude, it was like I did not expect to see his name on this because like in my head he's not, the dark guy, but he fucking took it to another level with this dude. He was popping off like crazy.
It was also written by the writer of Seven.
Of course,
Just makes sense.
yeah.
And the cinematographer is Robert Elswit, who, if you're really into movies, you know because he's the cinematographer for Nightcrawler, There Will Be Blood, Punch Drunk Love, Boogie Nights, Magnolia, Two Mission Impossibles, The Town. Like, he's a very, very popular cinematographer, and he fucking snapped too.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's been a while since I've been so glued to a movie. Like,
Yeah.
I did not want to turn 8mm off ever.
It's genuinely one of those movies where you're like people are always doing like, oh, like top 10 like hidden gems, and it's like, that movie was all right, I guess. Like,
yeah.
I get why people haven't seen it.
Like when you said The Drop.
Yeah, I really like The Drop.
Another Gandolfini movie.
Yeah, but 8mm is one of those ones like genuinely like, how the fuck did no one see this?
I think people just assume it's like a Seven ripoff.
That's gotta be what it is, dude.
Same
That's
writer.
gotta be what it is.
4 years after Seven came out. So I guess that's... And some people don't take Nick Cage seriously as an actor, so they just see him and they're like, oh,
Well, when
Nick Cage.
did it come out again?
99.
I feel like around that time they still took him serious.
It was 2 years after Con Air, but like... I mean...
What do you
like
say?
Con Air, like people know what Con Air is. Like he's not winning an Oscar for Con Air.
Yeah.
So
No, after this though, I do want to bump up Mandy. I want to watch that with you and
I need to check it out.
bounce some ideas off of you about it. Because
Yeah.
I want to love Mandy, but I don't right now. I like it, but I don't love it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll check it out. Also stars Joaquin Phoenix as Max California,
Yep.
the porn expert.
Yeah.
He works at a porn store, but doesn't like porn.
Yep.
He just knows a lot about
every
it.
aspect about porn that anyone could know.
Yeah.
But in his heart, he's just a musician.
Yeah.
That's all he wants to do.
Without getting into spoilers, I don't know what much else we can say about 8mm, but everybody please watch it.
Do you have a favorite line?
I don't know if I remember many lines from it.
There's one that stands out to me.
I have to watch a movie a couple times to remember lines.
It's what Joaquin said.
What did he say?
So there's 3 rules in life. Rule number 1 is everyone's a victim. Rule number 2 is don't be it. And then Nick Cage goes, "What's rule number 3?" And he goes, "I forgot rule number 3." I really like that line.
Yeah. But yeah, 8mm, 4.5, fucking banger.
Yeah,
Watch
slapped.
it. Watch the shit tonight.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, pause this. Dude, Evan just texted me right now and said, "How rough is 8mm?"
Dude. Tell him.
I'm gonna say very.
Tell him buckle up, brother. Dude.
But that's crazy that he asked that.
Yeah, at the middle of us talking
as we were talking about it. But yeah, watch it. 4.5, fucking banger. I'm gonna buy it on Blu-ray as soon as I see it. I don't care if price tag says $30. You're mine.
Yeah,
taking you home,
dude. I gotta have it. Putting
a nice little blanket around you, tucking you in.
Yeah, welcome home. Speaking of Blu-rays, you fucking hooked me up, dude.
I did. I didn't think you'd get them.
Dude, I liked him too much. Cash went to McKay while I was working at his mom's house, and he was like, "Do you want these?" And he'd found a Braun Subblock 99 steelbook with the back of fucking Vince Vaughn's head with the cross tattoo, and an American Sniper steelbook, and I was like, "Yeah, I gotta have them."
Yeah,
fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, but you already have an American Sniper steelbook, so I figured you wouldn't spend $15 on like another one.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't know I had that. But
I mean, the one you got's a lot cooler, but I still just figured like you would probably just get cell block and that would be it. But yeah,
I forgot I had it. I'll compare them and see if I want to keep both, because I do really
there's no comparing needed. The one you got's way cooler.
Oh, is it
and
really?
It's 4K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I blew some money, but I definitely wanted cell block though the second I saw it. And they've got like the measurements beside them, like for a mugshot.
Yeah, I still need to watch cell block.
Coming in at 6'5", dude. That's a big boy, dude.
Yeah, he's a freak.
Yeah.
Next up, we watched Bad Boys Ride or Die.
Very surprised by this movie.
I didn't plan on watching this.
I didn't either.
I liked Bad Boys for Life. I thought it was my favorite Bad Boys. I'm actually not big on the first two, the Michael Bay ones. I think I just don't like Michael Bay movies. I think that's what it's come down to.
Yeah.
I found out, we were talking about Michael Bay recently, and I found out that my highest rated Michael Bay movie on Letterboxd is a 3.
Really? What movie?
It's Ambulance at a 3.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's not Transformers?
Well, Con Air's tied also a 3.
Yeah.
None of the Transformers that he made I have higher than a 3.
Dang.
Yeah. People thought it was crazy that I didn't have the first Transformers like higher, but
I mean, it is. I mean, you like.
We watched them recently, and they're not good.
Yeah, I mean, you
they're not
don't
good movies.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Anyways, I liked Bad Boys for Life, so I don't know why I was kind of writing this off. I didn't know it was the same directors from Bad Boys for Life. And if you don't know, the directors are the two fellas who made Batgirl that got canceled and we'll never see. They also did Miss Marvel, and I think that's it. But yeah, I didn't plan on watching this.
Yeah, I didn't.
I saw the trailer and I was like, no, no, sir. But the reviews came out and they were good, and people were saying it was good. So I was like, okay, we'll do this. We'll check this out, and it's a banger.
Yeah, the directors, I don't remember their name, but
their names are Adil El Arbi. 100% chance I said that wrong. And Bilal Falah.
Well, they fucking popped off, dude.
Yeah.
There were some sequences in Bad Boys that I really stood out to me as just like, this is a really cool way to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them specifically involving an elevator where the camera is like leaving the elevator almost, like you can see through the elevator and you're in the elevator shaft.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so cool looking. I can't like explain what
basically
I saw.
A fight breaks out in an elevator, and instead of the camera being in the elevator with the actors, it's on like a floor. Like say it's the elevator's passing floor 10, the camera's on floor 10 watching the elevator slowly go up and watching them fight, and then it'll like move to another position and like you'll watch it slowly move up, and it's like it makes you feel how's this not been done before? How have I never seen an elevator fight like this? And I just feel like the Bad Boys franchise, if I was taking over, if someone hired me to make a new Bad Boys movie, like I feel like there isn't too much to do. Like, there's not too many like great ideas to do at this point in the franchise. Like, I feel like it should be getting really stale.
Yeah.
And this is just an example of directors elevating something that probably could have been pretty bad or boring.
Oh yeah, for
like
sure.
if it just had a standard director with no style at all.
Yeah.
But they directed the shit out of this. The action's really good. There's a fucking part. Everyone saw the clip on Twitter, the behind the scenes clip, but there's a part where the camera switches during an action sequence into first person.
Dude, I was so fucking hard for that shit, dude. That took me back to
Doom.
To Doom. Like, the coolest thing that I saw in that entire movie was the first person aspect of it, and it would do. It's almost like, I don't know if you've seen those like GoPros, but it's like a pole sticking off of you, and it'll like, it can catch your face and what you're seeing at the same time.
Yeah.
It kind of like did that a little bit.
Yeah.
Where it'll turn towards, like, it'll be Will Smith or Martin Lawrence, and then it'll
It'll flip
to his
around
hands.
and it'll go to what he's looking at.
Exactly.
Dude, it's fucking awesome. That scene's amazing.
Yeah.
And then there's a scene that everyone's talking about with Reggie.
Oh,
That is amazing. Like, great action choreography, just very well planned, well shot. But the way that they, like, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are watching the fight happen through security cameras, and the way that the director's like change in between the fight scene and then it zooming out and it being on security cameras that the two bad boys are watching.
Yeah.
And then them like getting hype and, you know, talking shit and blah blah blah, and then it like going back into the security camera and it would be the fight scene again.
Yeah.
You kind of I'm not explaining it well, but you got to kind of see it to know what I'm talking about. But just every chance that they got, they did something creative.
Yeah.
With the style of the movie. Just
Oh my god, dude.
great transitions between scenes.
The deal with Martin at the wedding.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like. We looked at each other and was like, "This is fucking cool." And
Yeah.
then, like, other cool shit happened, and we forgot about that.
Yeah. There's like dream sequences, kind of like Martin Lawrence kind of turns into a hippie in this movie and gets all like spiritual.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of visual stuff that they do to like show him like being on this new spiritual side.
Yeah.
And it's really fucking cool.
Yeah. Really cool.
And then comedy's great. Outside of the directing, the director snapped. My Letterboxd review says give them Batman instead of Muschietti. And I stand by that.
Yeah.
Because they're like the new Batman, Brave and the Bold, is not going to be the Matt Reeves tone. Like, it's not going to be a serious movie. I don't think it's going to be a traditional like standard like fun kind of like there will be stakes, I'm sure, but not Adam West level, but like
A middle ground.
They would probably fit well with what James Gunn wants to do with Batman.
Yeah,
with the
I
Bat
agree with
family
that.
and everything.
That's a great idea.
And I just know that they have the juice.
Yeah.
They will put their self into the movie, and Muschietti like doesn't have a style. Like I'd never really see him do anything behind the camera where I'm like, whoa, that was fucking dope. And he's working with the fucking Flash, like one of the coolest, like so many possibilities.
One
visually.
of the biggest excuses to have cool shit on the
Insane
screen.
budget and a character where you can break like every rule there is.
Yeah.
You can do so much interesting visually, and Muschietti did nothing good with that character, with that movie. But these two guys with like just two humans, just two bad boys, like two cops.
Yeah.
And they're snapping like this. Like, imagine what they could do with like a superhero character.
Yeah. With like Batman and Jason Todd.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm rooting for them, and I hope they get a lot more opportunities, because it's doing well at the box office, so that's good.
And I did like the comedy too. Like, I love Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
I think he is so funny.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The director snapped, but like outside of them, the writing was actually pretty good, and like the story was interesting enough, and the story was kind of just like it was good enough to like move the story forward so we could enjoy the comedy and the directing.
Yeah.
It's not anything to like write home about, but you know, Like it's good enough. Can't complain about it, but the comedy is really good.
Yeah, I love Martin, dude. I used to watch the fucking Def Jam specials that he did.
Oh yeah,
So good.
yeah. He's kind of got this like he's getting older and he has to watch what he's eating, and he has a sweet tooth, and he has to like. He's not supposed to be eating candy or anything, so the whole movie he's trying to get candies in and fucking. Are those dogs fresh?
Yeah.
Fucking
Put some relish on that motherfucker.
bullshit. But yeah, it's really funny. The action's great. It's entertaining as shit. Like, I thought about giving it a 4, to be honest. I gave it a 3.5. Way better than I expected.
Yeah, I agree.
I definitely recommend it if you just want to go have a good time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, go check it out. Next up, I haven't told you about this, that I watched this.
Oh, you got a little secret for
But
me?
I did a watch party with the boys for Sleepaway Camp.
Ooh. Was it cool?
I mean, no.
I'll be honest with you. Listen, I've never done a watch party. I know that they're probably cool. They're probably fun. But I don't think that one for a horror movie sounds like a good idea.
Well, there's certain movies that tailor themselves very well to watch parties.
Of course.
And Sleepaway Camp's one of them.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's a horror movie, but it's a campy horror movie.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't really know that. And I'm glad I watched it with people, because if I watched it alone, I probably would have hated it a lot more. But I didn't like it. Some people.
I was piecing that together.
Some people like I watch a lot of Cody Leach when it comes to horror, because he specializes in like watching a lot of horror and reviewing it.
Yeah.
And he likes Sleepaway Camp a lot. And he's like, normally I don't like camp, but everything about this movie just works for me. I think everything's hilarious in this movie. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but everything's hysterical. And I think I went in kind of like with the wrong idea.
Yeah.
I think I should have went in a little more like, this is supposed to be funny type of thing. Mm-hmm. But I still don't know if it's supposed to be. Like, I don't know if it's just a really bad movie, because the budget was really low. There are things I really respect about it, but overall, it's pretty boring, and obviously it has one of the most like iconic twists in horror. Man, I don't know if you know that or not.
I didn't know that. No.
Oh, yeah. It's known as being like one of the most iconic twists of all time.
I think I know the twist, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, it's hard to explain this without getting into spoilers, and I won't. But I'll say like, okay, there's a killer going around Sleepaway Camp. Someone's killing a bunch of people.
If I do a gesture with my hand,
will
you tell me if that's the twist or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you'd put that together.
Yeah. There's a killer going around the Sleepaway Camp, and the reveal of who the killer is extremely obvious the entire time.
Okay.
There's an added element at the end of the movie that's like the actual twist that no one would see coming at all ever in a million years. So it's like that part no one could predict, but also like you know who the killer is the whole time if you've ever seen a horror movie. Yeah. And there's parts that are just like really goofy, and like there's this cop at the end of the movie that has legit, he's wearing like a Walmart fucking
costume.
You know the machines you put coins into and it'll like give you stuff out at the grocery store. They have like gumballs and shit.
Yeah.
Like, he got one of the mustaches out of one of those and just slapped it on. And Alan was talking about it. He was like, dude, who the fuck is this guy? Has a Sharpie fucking on his lip. And every dude in the movie for some reason are wearing like, you tell me that my shorts are high, like their asses are out. Every dude in this movie has their ass out.
Sounds like my kind of movie,
they're wearing
brother.
booty shorts. every single one of them.
Good stuff.
I'm telling you should check it out.
I mean, don't tempt me with a good time, dude.
Yeah, so there are some stuff that's like maybe intentionally funny, maybe it's not intentional, I don't know, but I think if I rewatched it, maybe I'd like it a little more, just because I could watch it as like, this is funny. Mm-hmm. But it does take risks, and it doesn't hold back with like certain things. Like right at the beginning of the movie, one of the counselors at the camp's a pedophile. Like the second it starts.
That's how you want it.
Dude, like it's this big fat guy, and he's looking at these kids run around, and he's like, look at all that fresh meat. He goes, dude, and what he said was like, it's fucked up and it's awful, but what the next thing he said was actually kind of funny. He goes, where I'm from, those are called baldies. I'm sorry for laughing at that, but like, it's, dude, they just don't give a fuck. Like in Sleepaway Camp, there's just open pedophiles, like, going about, and just, yeah, I can't really get into much without spoilers. But,
you had me with the man ass, and then you lost me with the pedophilia.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I mean, I will say, like, yeah, the pedophile guy ends up how you want him to end up.
Hell yeah.
So, you know, anyways, I gave Sleepaway Camp a 2. I didn't like it very much. The twist does just feel like shock value. It doesn't feel like it was set up at all. It doesn't feel like it was like earned or foreshadowed or make sense at all, really.
And the camp didn't really work for you?
No. It just feels like, oh, what could we do that'll like surprise people at the end?
I got you.
And it doesn't really make any sense. But yeah, Sleepaway Camp. And then I watched Borat.
You watched Borat?
I watched Borat.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I
I watched it at its peak. I haven't rewatched it since then, and it could be one of those movies that like aged horribly. So I'm really excited to hear.
I was really excited for Borat because all the clips I've seen are hilarious. King of the Castle, King of the Castle. Fucking,
my wife.
Very nice. So I wanted to watch it, and at first I was like really into it, and I thought it was really funny. And as time went on, it kind of like wore on me a little bit. Mm-hmm. The bit I thought just kind of got a little old, and towards the end I didn't really care anymore. But the parts that are funny are really funny, and I think my favorite part was him in Kazakhstan, like showing the camera his town.
Yeah,
and then he goes, "This is the town rapist." Naughty, naughty. And he has a name. He's like, this is Jeff, the town rapist. Naughty, naughty. And his neighbor that he hates.
Yeah.
He's like, I get new window, he has to get new window.
Yeah.
I get clock radio, he cannot afford. Great success.
Great success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's good.
I'm kind of glad that Sacha Baron Cohen stopped with his like character movies, because he did Borat, which was a big hit, and then he did like Bruno and Ali G in the House and like all that other stuff, and I'm like, all right, let's calm down.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
I don't know
those.
if people liked Ali G, but it's probably enough.
Yeah.
The Dictator.
Yeah, The Dictator. I remember liking that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gave it a 3. I think it's fine. Like, it's pretty good.
Okay.
It's more fun to quote than it is to watch.
It is.
I'll say that. It's a lot of fun quoting Borat. And then I watched La Samurai.
La Samurai?
Yeah.
Ooh.
1967 French film.
Sounds badass.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm just not going to waste your time. It's awesome. It's about. It was one of the biggest inspirations for The Killer.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's about a hitman. It's the origin of the literally me, cool guy that doesn't talk, that just does cool shit. Movie.
Oh my god. Dude.
Yeah, it's the origin of that.
You're making me excited.
Yeah, so it's this guy that walks around in a trench coat and a fedora, and he's a hitman, and he does a hit on somebody, and the movie is him getting like sandwiched between the police trying to find out who killed the guy, and his company being mad at him and trying to kill him for like not doing the job as clean as he should have.
Oh my
because
god.
the police are after him, so like
Yeah.
he fucked up a little bit. And so it's that. It's like him getting fucked on both ends from that.
Dude,
and
that sounds insane.
it's just him walking around fucking France. He's got a bird in his apartment.
Oh my god. Of course he
dude-
fucking does, dude.
Dude, there's a you want to see this fucking guy, dude?
Let me see this goon they got running around. God damn,
Dude,
son.
he's the coolest guy
Holy
of all
fuck,
time.
dude.
And the score
He looks French as hell, and he looks fucking badass as shit.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna actually pull up I'm gonna try to find the section of this movie that has a score kicked in La Samurai that like legit I stank faced. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like
Oh my
they
God.
had this type of technology in 1967 in France. Like it felt like a modern day movie score, and I was like, dude, this is fucking crazy. So I'm gonna try to pull it up to the exact moment because I looked it up on Spotify and it's not on there. How
Damn.
dare they?
Yeah.
A 1967 French film?
Hey, Spotify, get your shit together.
Yeah. I'm trying to
your
listen
shit
to
on
La
it.
Samurai.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to listen to when I put on my trench coat and top hat?
Yeah. How bad do you want a trench coat, though?
If I would look like him, I would get one. But I don't think I would.
Yeah. I would look like the guy from Observe and Report. That's what I would look like if I had a trench coat.
Hey, bitch.
I think I look like Neo, but I look like
Yeah.
that guy, dude.
Yeah. Okay, I think I found the part where the score kicks in. So I'm going to turn it up. Give you all a little taste of this. Are you fucking joking?
If you guys could
1967.
have seen the smolder that the guy gave the camera just now, he fucking turns over his shoulder, and that starts... God.
1967. They were playing that shit.
Dude, I gotta change my fucking pants, dude. You gotta throw this
Like
chair
that's
out.
crazy, dude. So it's kind of a slow burn. Like honestly, a good comparison really is The Killer. Like if The Killer didn't work for you, this probably won't. But I really like The Killer, and they're both kind of style over substance to me. But I like style.
Yeah.
So
I like a little flair.
yeah, so that's a good
Assume.
enough reason. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it had an insane amount of style. It had a lot of attention to detail, great performances. Just like, obviously, it inspired a lot. I think it also inspired Taxi Driver, from what I heard. So, just way ahead of its time, and I just love characters that don't talk. They're just so interesting.
Fucking the
Less
coolest
dialogue,
shit,
the
dude.
better.
Yeah.
That's what I say. But yeah, I gave La Samurai a 4, and I really fucked with it.
Dude, I gotta check that out.
I'm probably gonna.
I'm gonna add it to the list right now.
Good. It's
Live on the air.
it's getting added in the Criterion, collection. I can tell you that. Next time I see it, I'm scooping. That's just a done deal. And then, did you have any watches? I'm assuming you didn't have any watches on your own.
No.
Before we get into Hitman, that's the last thing we need to talk about. We watched a new episode of Smiling Friends.
Hell yeah, dude.
wasn't my favorite episode of this new season, but it had a couple moments that were funny.
Yeah.
But last week's episode was way better.
Yeah.
Anyways, watch Smiling Friends. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
12-minute episodes. I mean, what excuse do you have?
0.
But anyways, I also finished rewatching House of the Dragon.
Oh, you finished it?
Yeah. I wanted to rewatch it before season 2 because there's a lot of new seasons of shows coming out this month. The Boys, The Bear, and House of the Dragon. But The Boys and The Bear, I remember well enough, and I don't really need a refresher on. So, House of the Dragon, couldn't really remember shit, to be honest. So, I remembered liking it, but I wanted a refresher. So, what I realized about House of the Dragon is, there's obviously everyone knows there's a time jump.
Yep.
In House of the Dragon. Episode 6, I think. So I think it's 5 with one group of characters, like one group of actors in one timeline. And then after 5 episodes, it jumps ahead a lot. And what I think I realized is I just much, much prefer the time jump part. I like the second half.
Yeah.
I like the second half of the season a lot better. It's when they're, like, basically the first 5 episodes, the 2 main characters are kids, and in the latter half, they're adults. And when they are adults, it's just so much better to me.
Yeah.
I actually, like, kind of had to force myself to, like, get through the first half of the season. Like, I wasn't having the best time. I was kind of getting tired while I was watching it. And then the second half of the season, I was locked the fuck in.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, like, not checking my phone, nothing. Like, I was fucking zoned.
Yeah. I kind of remember that happening, or me thinking that, like, when we initially watched it, I remember, like, being like, can't help but feel like the whole point of like the first bit of the season was to establish that they used to be close and they aren't anymore.
Dude, it really is.
And you don't really need to spend a ton of time on that. Like,
there's other characters they're also setting up, but the whole first 5 episodes are basically set up.
Yeah.
Like, there's almost nothing interesting that happens in the first 5 episodes. It's all just explaining, like, later in the show when they're adults, the history behind all the characters. Why this person doesn't like this person. What happened between this person and this person. And it's all important, and it's what gives the show so much, like, depth later when you watch it. But it is kind of like a pain to get through, in my opinion. It's necessary, but it also, like, isn't the most fun thing. But now that's done. Like, that setup's done, and now we're with the main characters, and now it's just fucking go time.
yeah.
So I'm stoked for season 2.
Matt Smith.
I love
guy,
Daemon.
dude.
I love fucking Daemon Targaryen. That's just a guy. Yeah. That's a man right there.
I mean, what says I'm the coolest more than fucking your niece?
Nothing. I mean, you're just the man.
You're just him.
Yeah. But I actually really like the dynamic with all the kids. Rhaenyra and Alicent's kids, like, hating each other. Mm-hmm. And what happens with Aemond. And how he wants revenge. And, like, how do you remember what happens in the season finale? Like,
I do.
The last thing that happens.
The flight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
I'm
so fucking excited.
And me going like, ooh.
Yeah. Dude, he did that.
Yeah.
And he is a stone cold fuck, and he was like, oh.
He was like,
Eesh.
it's like, I fucked up.
Yeah.
I made a mistake.
So yeah, second half's a lot better, but now it's just go time. And and season 2 comes out Sunday.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited. The Boys comes out Thursday.
I'm stoked on The Boys, dude. I'm more excited for The Boys than I am House of the Dragon.
What would your ranking be for The Boys, House of the Dragon, and The Bear for excitement?
Excitement? It's going to surprise you a little bit. But Bear, Boys, Dragon. Highest to lowest.
I'd say mine...
As far as my excitement goes.
I'd say mine's Bear, Dragon, Boys.
Mm.
It's probably because I just rewatched Dragon. So now I'm
Could
like
be.
itching for more, and you haven't seen it in 2 years.
Yeah, I really like The Boys.
I do too.
I've also
And
like
The Boys is probably one of those shows that like I say it's third now, but then when I start watching it and I see Homelander drink some milk, I'm like, all right.
dude,
never
I
mind.
get so fucking pumped up. Like in that one episode when it's Butcher and Soldier Boy versus Highlander, and he was like, "You think you're better than me?" And Homelander's like, "No, I'm the upgrade." And
Yeah.
they start fucking going to town. I was
Buddy,
like,
you're wearing a cape.
dude, it's so
Beat my
good.
meat into a cup.
Beat my meat into a cup.
Yeah, I could definitely see like me just kind of sleeping on The Boys. I mean, I'm excited. I'm gonna watch it, and I'm sure it'll be great. But
Huey always being naked.
House of the Dragon's just kind of more like my shit.
Yeah, I've figured.
Because there's just like there's so much superhero content, but there's not a lot of like fantasy content. And I don't know. I just like that style.
Yeah.
Style of shit. But yeah, anyways, House of the Dragon season 1, very good. Second half's a lot better, but still very good. And now we can get into Hitman,
The creme de la creme.
which we haven't talked about yet with each other.
we haven't. I watched it and went straight to sleep.
Yep. So
Because
what
I
did
had
you
a
think
rough
about
day.
the old Hitman?
I would say I liked it overall. I'd say it was all right. Didn't really like blow me away or do anything crazy to me. I just thought that was all right.
I kind of thought you were gonna be a lot higher on this.
No. No, I mean like it reminds me a lot of like Mr. Right, like stuff like that. Like
I don't know what that is.
oh, that's kind of weird because it's Sam Rockwell and Anna Kendrick together. And Sam's a handsome stud, but he is a bit older than Anna Kendrick from what things appear to be. But he's a hitman who like falls in love with her and stuff. Or the like on a lesser note, The Town, you know, which is an incredible movie, but like just something like that.
Yeah. By the way, this is gonna be a spoiler discussion about Hitman, just so you know.
Yeah.
It's in the title, so I figured, you know, you would know that, but just so you know.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of Hitman,
Yeah.
which would have never saw coming. Glenn Powell, Richard Linklater, Hitman comedy. This
Love
sounds like a 5-star.
Yeah.
It sounds like right up my alley. And this is kind of one of those movies where like sometimes you kind of just have to judge movies based on how you feel watching them.
Yeah.
And you can analyze movies and you can do this and that, and like sometimes a movie just doesn't do anything for you. And there's not a lot of like concrete things you can point to for why. It just doesn't like
that connective
you just don't
tissue
really care.
isn't there.
Yeah. And for me, I guess one of my problems is I found the first hour of it so like tenseless, and so there was no conflict at
Yeah.
all. It was basically an hour of Glenn Powell being this dork that also plays fake hitmen to try to lure people into getting arrested for murder for hire, and it's basically like that gimmick for almost an hour.
Yeah.
Of him entrapping more people, him playing like more distinct hitman, and like him meeting the woman and then them starting to go on dates. And like I took note of the time of the movie when I noticed the first bit of like tension or the first bit of conflict, and it was an hour in.
Oof.
It was the parking lot bar scene.
Oh yeah.
That was when I was like, okay, something interesting's happening now. Like,
Yeah.
now I have a reason to watch. And it was an hour in, and I was like, that's insane. And I've heard so many people praise the pacing of Hitman, which I just could not disagree more. It was actually one of my biggest problems with the movie.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because basically there's like 3 acts of Hitman, and it's like the first one is this like basically this comedy about him playing all these different hitmen, and that's the funny part. It's just him playing all these different kinds of people, and then the middle portion is like this romantic comedy. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And then the third act is like this like kind of dark, fucked up like crime movie. And
I mean, kind of.
like I don't know.
I can tell you that like no aspect of any of the three acts really worked for me, except like obviously Glenn Powell's insanely charming. Even as a nerd, like I was like, this guy's just incredible. Mm-hmm. I can't take my eyes off this man. Mm-hmm. And so like that aspect was okay, but like the comedy for me, like some of it was funny, but I feel like there was a decent amount of stuff that they wanted to be funny that wasn't funny to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It was just like, obviously it's well made, you know. It's, as far as the, you know, the visuals, everything. I think the story is, it's a cool concept.
I disagree.
I
don't think it was well made. Oh. I don't think the visuals look good at all.
What makes you say that?
I just think it kind of looks like shit. It looks like a Netflix movie. There was never one time in Hitman where I was like, whoa, like that was sick. Like Linklater has never been a filmmaker that is known for like crazy visual filmmaking and having this very distinct style. He's more known for his writing and his realistic characters and realistic dialogue. And he's kind of like taking a departure from that, it seems, for this movie. And he's going more like story mode than like character mode. And I'm not a big like every movie needs to look great type of person. I think if you're making a comedy, if you make it funny, you that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Like I don't care how good the visuals are of a comedy. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But for this, you're getting distracted by the movie.
I'm trying to listen to what you're saying.
I can't focus when you keep looking at the TV. I'm trying to look at you. We're talking to each other.
Go ahead. Sounds like you're getting lost in your thoughts.
No, you're distracting.
You can't
me.
get your shit. You can't get the shit out of your mouth.
You getting distracted.
And now you're pointing the finger. He did it. Say what you're going to say.
Is that right? I'm not one of those people that thinks every movie needs to look amazing, but when the movie's boring, I think it can help a lot. I think this movie really needed a style. And I think that, like, I was talking to Alex about it, and one of my examples was The Killer. And I think that The Killer, without that style, without the color palette and the amazing cinematography and score and soundtrack, is pretty not good. Like, it'd be a pretty boring movie without all that. And the style is like what makes The Killer the Killer. And Hitman had nothing, like had no style whatsoever. And I thought it really needed it because I found like the writing not very good. The comedy wasn't very funny. Like there's a handful of moments that we thought were funny. Mm-hmm. I liked his American Psycho impression.
Yeah.
That was great. Some of the characters he played as Hitman were a little funny, but like overall, based on the concept and the actors and the trailer, like I expected a lot more.
Yeah.
And
it kind of cycles through like a lot of the hitmen that he plays in the movie, in the trailer, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to see him as all these people. And then I realized watching the movie that what they showed in the trailer is the full extent of the characters he played as the hitman.
Yeah. Yeah. There's not too many of them, actually. But I didn't think it was very funny. I didn't think...
I guess when I say I thought it was like well made and the visuals were okay, like there's nothing I point at and go that looks bad.
Well, yeah, because there's no CGI.
It's all just kind of it's all basic stuff. You know, there's not any style, but there's also nothing horrible. It's just kind of like in the middle.
Yeah. I've been describing it as like, so when this first was announced that it was going to be a Netflix movie and not get a theatrical release, I was pretty bummed about it.
Yeah.
Because it seemed really good and the reviews were amazing from the festivals. And I always want to see movies in theaters if I can, because that's the best way to watch it, and you're most likely to like it if you see it in theaters. So I was pretty bummed about that, but after seeing it, like, I understand why Netflix didn't want to put it in theaters, because to me it feels like a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel it doesn't feel like a Linklater movie to me. And I've been trying to think about what I mean when I say it feels like a Netflix movie, and I think the best way to describe like that Netflix movie vibe to me is a movie with a great concept and great actors, but you don't feel anything or care about what's happening at all.
Yeah.
I feel like that is kind of what I mean when I say a Netflix movie, is like all the tools are there for it to be good. Like if you look at something like what's the Triple Frontier? You know what that is?
I know that movie.
Yeah, with Ben Affleck, and like it's got a great cast.
Yeah.
Like it seems like it should be a good movie, but it's a Netflix movie, so it's boring and you don't care about it.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how Hitman feels to me. I put it on. People have been rewatching it like crazy and saying it's really rewatchable. And I put it on last night when I went to bed, and it wasn't like a proper rewatch. I just kind of had it on and like here checking my phone and, you know, had it on in the background, and like I was like, dude, like I couldn't imagine rewatching this. Like there's nothing here for me.
Yeah,
There's nothing. There's no reason for me to rewatch this movie. I also feel like a theme that the movie was kind of going for was this like be yourself / be the person that you want to be, and if you pretend to be the person you want to be, eventually you will be it naturally, and blah blah blah, all that stuff. But I just found it so like heavy-handed and so spoon-feeding to you, like him being a teacher and teaching about psychology and basically everything that's happening in the movie he's giving lectures on in class, and that's like a really old trope that's happened a lot, but it just felt very, very on the nose this time, and like there's nothing under the surface to really like latch onto to make you want to rewatch it.
Yeah.
And I also thought that the use of narration was very lazy.
Yeah.
And 90% of the time, narration is lazy, and that's all it is. And it's just a way for the audience to get information that the director and the writer aren't talented enough to tell you without just saying it.
Yeah.
There's times where narration is needed and has a purpose, like in American Psycho. The narration is so you can hear Patrick Bateman's thoughts, because there's no other way to have the audience know his thoughts without him just saying them.
Yeah.
You can't show that visually. It's in his head.
Yeah.
But with Hitman, like, he was just saying stuff that they could have shown. He was like, I'm Gary Johnson, and I'm a school teacher, and on the weekends part-time I'm a fake hitman, and blah blah blah. And it just felt very lazy, and it just felt like, would it not have been cooler if the movie opened with him playing like the cool hitman guy? That's the opening scene. Like the movie starts and it's them meeting and talking about like what he's gonna do and blah blah blah, and then they walk out, the guy gets arrested, and then Gary puts on his glasses, and then you realize like, oh, this guy's a fucking dork.
Yeah.
And like that's not him at all, and then you see visually like, oh, that he was acting, like that's not who he really is. And
yeah,
I know the trailer kind of shows that anyways, but regardless, there's going to be people that watch the movie without seeing the trailer.
No, that would have been a way cooler way to start the movie, and I think that there's even some cool stuff they could have explored with the movie, like him starting the movie thinking that people can't change and only could be tweaked within their parameters, and then coming around to that idea based on how he's had to change himself for his job. There's aspects of like, I'm Ron when I'm with the girl. Don't even remember her fucking Madison. I'm Ron when I'm with her, but she's probably not gonna like Gary, so I can't show her Gary. Like, there's different adding some kind of depth to the movie they could have done, but it seems like they threw like out a couple things and then just like left it there. Mm-hmm. Like they were at the starting line and then just never took off.
Yeah, it feels like they didn't really do much interesting with the concept.
Yeah.
And I'm not a professional writer, so I can't tell you like what would have been more interesting. I'm just saying like whatever they did just didn't connect with me. I didn't care about what was happening. I gave it a 3-star, and like all 3 stars are for Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell's innocent.
Yeah.
He did everything he could. It's an amazing performance, and he's probably in the running for best actor as of now, and he should be because he's amazing. But I feel like I'm going crazy because there's not really anybody not liking Hitman. I'm seeing fives. I'm seeing 5s for Hitman.
Dude, I was actually I was really surprised that you said people were rewatching it and saying it's watchable, because that's the first thing I thought whenever the movie ended was like, I'm never going to watch that again.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why I would want to rewatch it.
Yeah.
It's not interesting to look at visually. There isn't some, like, really distinct style. It's not very funny. It's not emotional. I don't care what's happening.
I can't point at, like, a single sequence. I'm like, man, I want to watch that sequence again.
I'd say the note sequence is the best. And I'd probably rewatch that. That's the standout to me, but it's one scene.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Thought you were gonna add more.
No, like even the note sequence, I like. It is probably the best, but I wouldn't rewatch it for that.
No, I mean I wouldn't watch the whole movie, but I'd pull it up on YouTube and watch it.
I just don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I was definitely disappointed.
Yeah, I was very disappointed, and I gave it a 3-star. But I'm talking about it like I hate it. But it's just because I had such high expectations for it, and I don't know like how fair that is really, because like if Hitman wasn't Glenn Powell and wasn't Richard Linklater and it was just some random Netflix movie, I would probably be a lot more positive about it.
Yeah.
I'd say like, oh, it's a pretty cool like.
If it was some like no-name guy and like they just told like a story.
Yeah, I'd probably be like, oh, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'd recommend it. But when it's Glenn Powell and Richard Linklater, and it's been getting these insane reviews, like 5-star reviews, one of the best movies of the year, now I'm holding it up to a lot higher standard.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how people feel about it. Like, if that's fair, if you should judge every movie the same, no matter who made it. Like, I just can't do that. If I can't watch some random Hulu original with the same expectations as a brand new Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah.
In IMAX. I can't do it. Like, that's not the way my brain works. So it being Richard Linklater and it having this great concept and Glenn Powell being able to like spread his wings as a lead, like that, I mean, that should be amazing.
Yeah.
That movie should be amazing. So like if this was a Netflix original and, you know, wasn't Linklater, wasn't Powell, I might have given it like a 4 or something.
Yeah.
Might be a lot more positive about it, but when it should be so good and then it feels so average, it's more upsetting. Yeah. And it's kind of like how I felt about Nope when I watched it the first time. Mm-hmm. I expected a Jordan Peele movie, and I was kind of like waiting for a twist. Yeah. Because Jordan Peele's a very smart filmmaker, and he normally has twists in his movies where you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Like that, this is what's happening. And Nope never really had that. Nope was like fairly straightforward. And I just didn't like that the first time I watched it. I expected more because it's a Jordan Peele movie, and I like it more now on rewatch. I like Nope more. I get a little more what he was going for. I still have my issues with it, but I think it's fair to hold acclaimed directors that you like a lot to a higher standard.
Yeah, I think so too.
And like lower the movie because it's them.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird because you would think that a director you love, you would be too nice about. You would be too nice to. You know? Like if Matt Reeves made a new movie and like it wasn't very good, but it's Matt Reeves, so
you'd be like, no, he's fine.
But it's also like I know how good.
Yeah. I know what you're capable of, so why aren't you doing that?
Dude, but even if the Batman 2 came out and like I knew it wasn't a 5-star movie, I'd still give it 5-star because it's the Batman 2. Like there's no way I'm not giving that a 5-star. So,
I mean, yeah, there's a certain amount of bias, but like, if it was like a 2-star, you're not going to bump it up to a 5.
No,
like,
but that's just not. He's not capable of making a 2-star. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what else to really say about Hitman. The actress is really good.
Yeah. No, I was actually going to say, I think you're a little bit more nicer to Glenn. I would give it like a 2.5.
Really?
Kind of an average, kind of throwaway movie is kind of what it felt like.
Yeah. Also, the ending. We haven't even talked about the ending. That was like pretty fun. When this is spoiler, so I can talk about it. But when the red-haired guy, he shows up in her house, and Glenn shows up, and he's sitting there. I was like, oh shit, this is intense.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? And then she poisons him, and he dies. Well, he's not dead, but like Glenn puts a bag over his head and kills him.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is weird. Like, I don't know, like, it felt so weird. It kind of felt like the writers, which is Linklater and Flynn Powell, it feels like they kind of just like wrote themselves into a corner and didn't know how to get out.
Yeah. And
they just wrapped it up as quickly as they could, and like, oh yeah, they just killed that guy, and now they're happily ever after.
Yeah, especially since that they play Glenn out as a straight arrow the whole time, and like, yeah, he starts to break the rules a little bit. Like, obviously he likes the girl, and he lets her go.
But that's a lot different than murdering someone. Yeah, like I mean, maybe the idea is that like his Ron came out.
I don't know, dude.
Maybe he wanted to be Ron, so like by the end of the movie he had become Ron, so he was comfortable killing someone. That's the idea.
That would be an interesting concept. That wasn't given to me in the story though. Like, I didn't feel that in the story.
But even if that was the case, like, it still doesn't really sit right with me.
Yeah.
Like, they still killed a guy, and I mean, yeah, the guy's an asshole, but he didn't kill anyone. Like, you can't kill him.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked up. So they played it off like this happily ever after thing, and they have kids, and they're sitting at the breakfast table, and it's just weird. Like, it just feels weird. It's like, I mean, I'm never gonna complain about a dark ending. Like, some of my favorite movies have a dark ending. So I think it's just that it feels out of place with the rest of the movie. Yeah. I think is what I'm saying. Like, 7 has a dark ending, but the whole fucking movie's dark. So it matches. I feel like the ending of Hitman doesn't match with the movie that we watched.
I agree with that.
So it's just not satisfying really at all to me, and it's almost kind of makes me go like, ugh.
Yeah. No,
like,
I thought that
like,
too.
They just killed that guy.
I thought that exact same thing whenever they cut to like the play, like them packing up and stuff, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. Like, I kind of thought Gary would just like turn himself in.
I wasn't sure like where they were gonna go. I definitely didn't think he would. I guess that's kudos to them, because I didn't think that he would just kill a guy. Also, especially a guy he'd been working with for a couple of years.
Also, her killing her ex just felt crazy too. Like, she did not seem like she was capable of that at all.
She didn't seem like she was capable, and then her reasoning behind it was also dumb.
What was her reasoning behind it?
Well, Gary comes in and says, like, you need to pack your bags. Your ex is trying to kill you. And she was like, well, he tried to hire you, right? And he was like, yeah. And she was like, well, are you going to kill me? And he goes, no. And she's like, then I got nothing to worry about. And he was like, well, he might do it himself. And she goes, he's not going to do it himself. It's fine. And then she killed him. And she was like, well, you said he was going to try and kill me. No, I take that back. It turns out it was all just because of that insurance money that she took out. So I think she just wanted the money.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes her more of a scumbag.
Yeah, which makes her not likable.
Yeah.
So,
like, I get that he was abusive, but like you were out of that situation and you went back to kill him for money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he did technically try to hire a hitman to kill her.
I mean, he did, but she knows him more than we do. And when she says he wouldn't do that, I don't know.
I don't know. It
just feels weird. It feels weird. That's it.
I just don't really care about that like relationship at all. Like the chemistry is off the charts and the performances are great. I can't explain it. I just do not give a fuck about those two characters like being together. Yeah. So the whole middle portion of the movie is that, and I don't know, man. It really sucks. I was really excited about Hitman, and I feel like I'm left out. Like, everyone else is fucking running around with their pants off, all excited about Hitman, and it's like, this is the last movie I thought I would feel this way about.
Yeah, I want to have a good time too. I want to say I want to ride this movie's dick.
I fully expected to go into I Saw the TV Glow, like, giving it a 2-star. Like, oh, this is just weird artsy shit, and
yeah,
probably wouldn't like it. 4.5.
Yeah, I was excited for TV Glow, but like I didn't expect.
I was
to
intrigued,
be mesmerized. Yeah.
But I didn't expect to give it a 4.5 at all.
No,
like,
yeah.
I figured I probably wouldn't like it since I didn't like World's Fair. I thought Hitman was just a guaranteed home run.
Yeah,
Linklater, Glenn Powell, Hitman comedy. Like, the trailer was awesome. I don't know how it ended up like this. Like,
it's like when you go to a restaurant and you order like this is obviously what I want, and they bring it out to you and it's terrible, and you're like, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't see it. I honestly don't see it changing. I don't think I can go watch an analysis on YouTube of Hitman that's going to make me like it more, because from what I can tell, there's nothing to analyze. It's a very surface level movie.
Yeah, that's
what you see is what you get, and there's not really much to decipher.
Yeah.
And what I get, I don't like. What I get tastes like shit, so I spit it out. So I think it's kind of just going to stay like this, and I don't want to rewatch it. Just me, like, putting it on when I went to bed last night, I was like, dude,
this is too much.
do not, like, this isn't doing anything for me.
Yeah.
I like the 10 seconds where he's playing Patrick Bateman. I like the 10 seconds where he's playing Tilda Swinton.
Yeah.
And
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I like the redneck one too.
Yeah, the redneck one's pretty good. I like when he's on the like when he meets the woman for the first time and she says she doesn't like cats, and he goes, "Really?" I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Because like he got shot in the chest because he loves cats. But yeah, man, I don't know. It sucks.
Yeah. No,
I wanted to love it.
I was definitely taken aback by it myself, for sure. But my God, is that man hot.
It just feels so like, dude, if I watched this, if you showed me Hitman and I didn't know anything about it, and you said, guess who made this movie? Richard fucking Linklater would be the last person I would tell you.
Yeah.
I should not feel that way. A director like this that's proven himself so much, like, you should be able to watch his movies and be like, oh yeah, obviously Linklater made this.
Yeah.
You can say that about almost any top director. And this movie was so, like, anyone could have directed this.
Yeah.
And it's just not a. I don't think him and this story are a good match at all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, I agree. I
feel like this should have been. I know this is like the go-to, like cringy answer because he's so popular, and but anyways, probably should have been directed by someone like Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
Like he'd be a better match for something
Edgar
like
Wright
this
or
tone.
Fuck, what's his name? Not Leech.
Oh,
The Bullet Train.
it's Leech.
That's Leech?
Yeah.
Yeah, him. I feel like that would have been good.
It's a Leech concept.
Yeah.
It's like a brother to the Fall Guy.
Yeah.
To me. And the Fall Guy's better, but no one wants to hear that. I mean, no one.
I think it is.
Dude, I could watch the Fall Guy right now. Like,
yeah. I can see
I'd have a
myself
good
going
time.
back and having some fun with the Fall Guy.
Mm-hmm.
The Fall Guy had comedy that actually made me laugh.
Yeah.
And of course I laughed a couple times, but like I laughed a lot more during the Fall Guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it has fucking Kiss playing, dude.
Yeah.
I'm hard as a rock. I'm hard as a goddamn rock, dude.
Yeah, but I keep trying to like think of more to say to explain myself, but I think I've said all I can say about it. Didn't see this one coming. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. The wool was pulled over your eyes on this one, dude.
God, that fucking sucks. I wrote a pretty lengthy letterbox review about it. But anyways, yeah, I guess that's it. Hopefully, like tomorrow or the next day, we'll see The Watchers.
Yeah, we got to get into that, dude.
We need to watch Tampopo. And now we have, since a week has passed, we have another rec now, which is All That Jazz.
All That Jazz.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. It doesn't sound like something I'd be interested in, but I'm going to watch it.
Yep. Damn right you are.
Because that's how it is. That's how we do things around here on The Scoop.
Yep. So I don't think there's any movie coming out this week that's like good that we'll be talking about. Ooh, Inside Out 2 comes out, but I don't give a fuck about that. And I'm not watching it because I don't like the first
Bing
Inside
bong,
Out.
bing bong.
Yeah. Fucking kill me. How about that?
How about you put me out of my goddamn misery,
Yeah.
dude?
Yeah, so maybe we'll have to think of something to, like, ooh. I think Trap comes out next month.
Ooh.
So I feel like we should probably do a Shyamalan ranking.
We could do that. I can tell you what's going to be at the bottom.
The Village?
No. Avatar.
Oh. I thought The Village was your, like, worst movie of all time.
The Village was my worst movie of all time, and I was always really excited to tell people The Village was my worst movie of all time. But it was trumped. Like, we went back and watched The Village, and it wasn't as bad as I remember it being. I remember, like, build up with these monsters. I remember Adrian Brody being an idiot and falling into a pit. And I was like, garbage. Hot fucking garbage.
Yeah.
But it was better than I remember it being.
I haven't seen Avatar. I want to say, like, post Sixth Sense, which is all we'll be ranking, because, like, he has some indie movies he made, like,
Yeah.
he was really young. We're not watching that shit. But post Sixth Sense, I think the only ones I need to see are Avatar, The Happening, and Lady in the Water. And two of
my
those are
God,
going to
dude.
smell bad.
I've seen Lady in the Water.
Really?
Yeah. It's really fucking weird, dude. At least I remember it being weird.
I think that's one of the ones that people seem to... I was talking to a guy at my work, and he said that that's his favorite Shyamalan.
Ooh.
And Shyamalan said it's his favorite Shyamalan.
He's kind of a weird guy, huh?
But that's not too bad. That's only 3 movies that I have to watch, and then I can rewatch stuff if I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. I'm not sure exactly when Trap comes out, but we'll think of something to talk about next episode.
Yep.
But hopefully you guys enjoyed our Hitman discussion. And if you have any advice, any things you want us to talk about, questions, topics, anything you don't want us to do, just let us know. Give us some feedback.
Yep.
But thanks for listening to the Film Scoop.